Shalom and good day all, this is Tehillim29 back again for some more DC reviews, and in these DC reviews I'm covering issue 6 of 7 of Multiversus, Collision Detected, and also Batman Santa Claus Silent Night Returns. I'll now get things ready and organised for the first one that I'll be covering. So first things first, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? Sure enough it does, to which I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move into the area of the internal art, as well as what's happening story-wise with the characters. Oh, as we have a look around the beginning, middle, and of course the end. And the same will also happen with the next comic. So as the story begins, we have some DC characters making an appearance. So we've got Big Barda and Mr. Miracle helping or wanting to come in to help the situation, and also, I guess, to escape this catastrophe of what is occurring. We then move into another page, to which I think it's one of the main characters in this story who has managed to be, I guess, brainwashed of sorts by Brainiac, and is now using some unknown powers against the heroes, or the DC heroes. As we advance a little bit further, we do catch up with Batman, along with Shaggy and Scooby-Doo, along with the help of Bugs Bunny and Superman, as they also help to take on what the villain has done with this character, to try to bring them back to their senses. And last but not least, towards the end, to which we have the heroes start to work together, and we get I guess a bit of a new thing happening, to which they have the multiverse activate to have the characters to be able to do a number of things to take on the villains in this universe. This series is totally underrated, but it's really worth checking out. So for the internal art, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Next is the area of the story. First things first, do we get anything in relation time-wise? No, we don't. Next is the locations, which we have elsewhere. The cast of characters consisting of Big Barda, Mr. Miracle. We have the members of the Justice League, plus many of the DC villains who make an appearance. Shaggy and Scooby, Steven Universe, Bugs Bunny, and anyone else I might have missed. That's sort of like connected to the Warner Brothers universe. Warner Brothers, it is missing probably some Hanna-Barbera characters, plus whatever else. But for the overall story rating, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move into Silent Night Returns. So, as we start to move into Silent Night Returns, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? Sure enough it does, to which I give it a 7.5 out of 10. I must admit, I really like the cover here, because we get to see Damien with Goliath, of course the character of Klaus here, and along with Zatanna and Batman in the background, as in this one, we have Damien trying to save the characters of the Justice League with Santa's help. So let's now move into the area of the internal art, as we have a look around the beginning, middle, and of course the end, and also what's happening story-wise with the characters. As the story begins, we learn that there's an archaeology dig happening in Egypt, and of course we end up meeting this strange, somewhat, I guess, new villain of sorts, and some of the things that he's now planning to do with some of the characters in the DC universe. As we start to move towards the middle of the story, this takes place after the villain has taken captive of the members of the Justice League for their personal means, and therefore we have Damian Wayne catching up to the character of Zatanna. I really quite like what they've done here. And last but not least, towards the end, to which we get to see the location of where the Justice League are, and also the villain's hideout of sorts, to which this castle is no doubt going to have some certain traps about. For the internal art, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move in relation to the area of the story. Now, one thing it didn't need to add, but it added anyway, and that was a comic reference to the original the Batman Santa Claus Silent Night run, which I think is really good. Next is area of time, which we have now, and also 10 hours ago being used. The locations that take place in the story, we have Egypt and, of course, Gotham. And last but not least, the cast of characters consisting of Damian Wayne, the members of the Justice League. We have Zatanna, we have the character of Santa, and of course one other character which I have written so terribly that I'm not going to worry about it. But let's move directly into the rating, to which I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.